What's one of the biggest problems across the country with new construction? Workforce, a lack of people who are able to perform skilled work. Well, we've got an answer for you. I am here with Jess Coykendall at Lake Street Works. And Jess, he's going to tell the story of how he's taking high school seniors, prepares them for life, for work, and for construction. Jess, thank you so much for letting me come in to your home today.
Thank you for coming.
To talk about what you do. So tell us a little bit about Lake Street Works.
So Lake Street Works, on paper, it's a 10-month after-school workforce development program. Students, seniors in high school from Minneapolis, primarily Minneapolis, South Minneapolis, come in for 4 hours a night, 2 times a week, and we spend half the night working on construction skills. We cover about a dozen different trades, everything from painting to electrical, HVAC, carpentry, drywall, you name it. And then we spend half the night working on character, life skills. Some people call them soft skills, but from this neighborhood, they're not easy. I call them hard skills. They are not soft.
Well, I think that's a problem with education in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it'll teach you how to do something, but it doesn't teach you who to be.
That's right.
To get there.
And that's what contractors tell us they want.
Everybody wants.
Oh my
not
gosh.
Just contractors.
Before we started the program, I did 20 years worth of research to see what contractors wanted. Do they want young talent to come in and know the electrical code? 100% of contractors say, no, don't worry about the code. It's going to change before they get here.
In 5 minutes.
And they're going to forget it before they get here because they're not going to use it for a year. So don't do that. Give me a kid who will show up on time. Give me a kid who will come every day, who understands the importance of attendance. Give me a kid who can solve a problem without his fists. Give me a kid who can have a conversation with his boss versus the project owner versus their site supervisor. Very different communication styles. Give me a kid who knows how to manage money. Yeah, I know who it is. I don't want to answer. Okay. And so contractors tell us all the time, give me a kid with character. That's what I want. I will teach them the ropes. I'll show them the trades. I'll show them skills. Don't waste your time with that stuff. Get them excited about it, but don't worry about the technical stuff.
But you do have workshops where you teach them.
We've got an awesome workshop. Yep, we've got Milwaukee Tools donated about 40 grand worth of cordless power tools, and Ideal Tools about 20 grand worth of hand tools. We've got workstations and cabinets and you name it.
What is important in what you teach the kids to actually find a career?
So our program is really built with they sync together but 2 real channels. Yeah. One is with trade skills and the other is with life skills. So trade skills, we expose our students to about a dozen different construction trades. Electrical, drywall, HVAC, carpentry, the gamut. And I don't use the word training because we leave that to the contractors. We leave the technical stuff to them. We're just here to get kids excited about the trades.
Okay.
To give them a new paradigm about what life can be like. And then the other piece is character development through life skills. We do a lot of money management. Save, 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 save. We don't deal with investing. That's something our kids aren't even thinking about. So we open bank accounts with them and for them, and then we help them budget. And
wow.
It's about helping them learn how to adult. We work our way through 5 core values: growth, respect, integrity, ending up with excellence and duty. What's your purpose in life? We find that so many of the kids that come out of this neighborhood are floating. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing in life.
School can't really teach.
They don't have time for that. They don't have
sometimes the parents are working 2 to 3 jobs.
80% of the homes in South Minneapolis are single parent families. And many of those parents are working 2 and 3 jobs.
So the kids raising themselves.
Kids are raising kids.
And so they learn from their friends.
That's right.
Worst possible scenario.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible. So we help them. We give tools to our students. We don't try to show our kids who we think they should be. We give them tools to do the work, to discover who the best version of themselves is long term.
No one else is doing this.
I haven't seen it, but it's so important.
That's really wonderful.
It's so important.
So what do you educate them about specifically?
So we have a handful of strategies. One of them is embracing discomfort. If you're an adult, I think you'd agree, life ain't easy. And life is uncomfortable. And so we get them in uncomfortable positions here first so that they stub their toe in an area, in an environment with people that love them and will support them before they break it after high school and they're on their own. So
with no backup.
With no backup. So we help them.
That's one of the biggest keys. They have no backup.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yeah. They don't know where to go or who to ask.
That's right. So we have a great relationship with a bank across the street. We help all of our students. So we have a great partner. And then throughout the year, we watch our students' budget throughout the year, every night, on their iPads when they come into class. So we can say, oh, you bought those Nikes. I knew you would, but that's okay. You busted your budget. That's all right. We'll figure it out. We'll work our way back. That's what I mean by stubbing your toe. Breaking it is bouncing 10 checks in a row when an adult, and then you get shut out, and now you're unbankable.
Not only that, is that the priorities in our culture prioritizes Hollywood.
That's right.
A million pairs of shoes, luxury cars, instead of reality.
That's right.
And how do you live a good life without gazillions of dollars?
We talk a lot about delaying gratification. What do you need today versus what do you want tomorrow? Everybody wants today, but what can you put off till tomorrow?
When my daughter was little, and she had friends come over and they would do crazy stuff or whatever, and she would, oh, yeah. And I said, let's look at this. She keeps doing that. 5 years from now, where's she going to be? Every step you make today is towards tomorrow.
That's right. That's right.
And she had to live with me, so there was no getting away from it. But right. I think kids need not so much discipline, but direction.
Yep.
And action, repercussion.
That's right. In fact, we are very careful to help our students find their own direction by giving them options, by exposing them. In construction, we bring our kids out to job sites through contractors, and then we bring those contractors in to expose our kids to just the huge variety of opportunities there are for, frankly, six-figure careers, and help our students figure out, oh, I'm good at this, I like that, this makes enough money, as opposed to saying, you got to do this because you're good at math. We don't do that. That's not our bag. So it is about helping students find their own path.
Which is extremely important right now because our paths are very winding.
Yep, that's right.
And with all the new technologies, I don't work today the way I worked even 2 years ago.
Right.
It changes.
That's right.
We have to evolve constantly. So if you can give them those skills on how to find their path and to evolve their path, you've given them a future.
Right, right.
So the big question is, who qualifies for your program and how do they apply?
We only work with students whose family live at or below the poverty level. Socioeconomic, that's who we feel called to serve. Primarily Minneapolis, we market to South Minneapolis, and we'll take the right kid from a suburb. What we feel like kids who need us, that's who we want to serve. Kids from two-parent families, maybe they have more options than a kid with a single-parent family.
How do kids apply? Or where do people find you and how do they apply?
So we're online, lakestreetworks.org. But we're also in the high schools. If you go to high school in Minneapolis, there's a good chance you've seen us. We're at lunch, we're in the classrooms, we're at career fairs, we're sort of everywhere. We have coaches here that work with our students. They're doing presentations in classrooms all the time, but the easy way is online.
Okay, terrific. At Lake Street Works.
lakestreetworks.org.
Okay, terrific. How many kids do you have in your program this minute?
Right now we have 59 students, all of which are high school seniors. And if I have my way, every one of them will launch into a career before they leave Lake Street Works in May.
So do you only take seniors or do you take juniors?
We do. We work with seniors. Juniors, they're starting to think about the future, but they're not there yet. They don't feel that sense of urgency about what's next.
Right, the high school door is not closing on them
That's
yet.
right. That's right. They have
Once
time.
that door's closed, then they got to figure it out.
We want students who, they know there's something out there. They're aggressive, they're assertive, they just don't know what it is. we help them find that.
Terrific. So they can find you online with that?
Yep.
And what do the kids say? Once they have completed the program, what do they say about the program?
Start today.
Okay.
Don't wait. Don't wait. Apathy is one of the hugest, it's a big, big challenge in that students don't know what the next step is, so they don't make any. Well, nobody does, but you know, at 17, it's scary. You don't want to make a mistake. You feel like, oh, the world's on my shoulders. If I make a mistake, I'll never recover. Well, the truth is, there's no mistakes with moving forward. Just take that first step. In fact, we have it on our wall over here. One of our students said last year, yeah, but what if you started today? That is such a great saying.
Would now be a good time?
Right this very minute, not theoretically, today, right now, this minute.
Okay, so you have 59 kids for this program.
We do.
When does that start and when does it end?
Our classes start, it's a 10-month program, so we start early July, and then they graduate in early May. And we give about a month and a half at the end of our program after it, so the kids can graduate high school. They have 6 weeks to get their transcripts together, and they've got college to think about. And so it's a 10-month program. That's when they wrap.
So when they come out of your program, they are looking for internships. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So because our goal is so focused on the launch, we start at the very beginning. Our coaches do one-on-ones with each student every month to get a good bead on what our student is thinking for the future. And come January, that's when our students start making decisions. They start applying for schools, they start applying for internships and apprenticeships. My goal is for 100% of our graduates to go to either a full-time career-based employment, so not a job, we don't talk about jobs.
We're talking something like Dunwoody.
That's right. Well, so that would be the second would be a post-secondary education, a Dunwoody, a training program, maybe a tech, or an apprenticeship, right into work in the field, maybe through.
How do you find the builders or the contractors who will take your kids?
We have been so blessed with contractors hearing about us word of mouth. The folks that work with us, people like Hunt and Egan, and there's so many Gardner builders that tell their friends.
More?
Oh, we're always looking for more contractors, people that feel like they want to put skin in the game. They understand the need for
Thumbs
labor.
up to contractors.
Absolutely. South Minneapolis and Minneapolis in general, we would love to have partners in the contracting world.
What is the capacity? So you have 59 kids right now in this program, and every single one of them has a little locker here, so they've got their stamp.
They do.
How many can you accommodate?
59.
Give me what you got.
We just learned it. It's about, we thought originally it was about 80. We're coming to our senses now because it's not about scaling. A lot of our investors, funders that talk to us, they talk about how are you going to scale? I need it bigger, more. But producing students with character, it's not about how many, it's about this. It's about one-to-one.
One-to-one.
We have to have adults have that one-on-one time with students. Otherwise, there's no connection. There's no accountability. You can't hold a kid to the feet to the fire if you don't have time to do it. So having more kids in the program.
The relationship.
The relationship. It's all about relationship.
And sometimes that's a problem with big schools.
That's right.
If you've got one counselor to 500 kids, it's pointless.
Well, and even in the classrooms. Poor teachers are stuck with 35, 40 kids sometimes. How can they possibly be expected to teach a kid how to shake hands? Look somebody in the eye, a firm handshake. That can't happen in the classroom. They have to be learning math and English, but it's important.
Right. Terrific. And so tell me a little bit about, you have a workshop downstairs.
We do.
You want to tell me about the workshop?
Yeah, we designed the workshop with partnership in mind, meaning we went out to contractors and manufacturers like Milwaukee Tool, donated about $30,000 worth of cordless power tools, Ideal tools.
That's huge.
It's huge. We couldn't do it without it. And then contractors, Gardner Builders donated 24 workstations, adjustable, because we have to be adaptable. We can't just have one big table for everybody to work at. We've got, so instead of having every tool under the sun, we have 10 of these and 20 of those so that every kid is working on something all the time. We're very hands-on. We don't want to lose the interest of these kids. They have to be doing. So even in life skills, they're doing.
Especially, high school kids. I have a theory. Teenage boys can hack the Pentagon. Their brains are wired to absorb and to crack codes.
Yep.
So if you give them tools, they can figure that out.
That's right. So I've been working with youth for quite a while. I've been coaching my kids' teams and both men and women teams, youth athletics. And one of the things I've noticed is that when you give a young man, a boy at an elementary age or junior high, a new task to learn, they'll jump in and try it and figure it out. But if you give a young woman, a preteen, a new task that they've never done, more often than not, their immediate response is, I can't do that. Our response to that is, no, you can, you just haven't yet. Which is why it's so important that we have so many different tools.
And you have
for
a lot
students.
of girls here.
We have a ton of women, and
Saying
all the
Kaylee,
time.
Mena, Alma, Jennifer.
We have to say, you can, you just haven't yet. Here's the tool, let me show you. Look at that, you did it. Unbelievable.
You know, that goes to women in the trades as well.
Yep, absolutely.
I've met master plumbers, master electricians, girls on the roof. Women are becoming more and more involved in the trades and making really good money doing that.
Great money, great money. Single motherhood is a real challenge, not because women aren't great parents, but because there's only one of them in the home.
And it's a lot. They have to work. If you're a single parent, you're working and raising.
That's right. That's right. And so we want to at least give them an option to take money off of the table of problems. And construction is a great way to do that. If they have to work to feed their family and kids, why don't they work and make good money doing it?
Well, the thing is with construction too, it's never going away.
Ever. Ever. Yep, that's job security.
Jess, this has been great. Would you tell people, please, again, where to find you and what your phone number is?
LakeStreetWorks.org is where we are online. Phone number here is 612-210-9160.
Call the man, and applications would be for next July.
For next July. So if your student is graduating in 2026, have them sign up online, go to our website, the application is there. We'll start taking applications for the next cohort in January.
And if you're a builder or a contractor or a remodeler, you'll get some kids for internships.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And hopefully we will hear a lot more about Lake Street Work.
That's the plan.
Thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Click subscribe below because you'll want to hear more.